A strange sight and sound in South Florida.
I cannot believe how civil it's been up here.
Donald Trump set the tone for the evening.
One of the biggest political events anywhere in the world is happening right now with the Republican Party. Millions and millions of people are going out to the polls and they're voting. The Republican establishment, or whatever you want to call it, should embrace what's happening.
Even with this kinder, gentler approach, attention focused on the frontrunner when it came to policy differences.
And I want to leave Social Security as is. I want to make our country rich again so we can afford it.
Anyone who tells you that Social Security can stay the way it is lying.
On trade, Ted Cruz took issue with Trump's threat to level a 45% tax on the Chinese, believing that they would just pass it on to American consumers.
How does it help you to have a president come and say, I'm going to put a 45% tax on diapers when you buy diapers, on automobiles when you buy automobiles, on clothing when you buy clothing? That hurts you.
Honestly, it's just the opposite. What will happen if they don't behave? We will put on a tax of some amount, and it could be a large amount, and we will start building those factories and those plants. Instead of in China, we'll build them here, and people will buy product from here rather than buying it through China, where we're being ripped off.
The candidates also disagreed on pursuing peace between the Israelis and the Palestinians. Trump has received criticism for saying that he'd be neutral in negotiations.
I don't think we need a commander-in-chief who is neutral between the Palestinian terrorists and one of our strongest allies in the world, the nation of Israel.
I'm a negotiator. If I go in, I'll say I'm pro-Israel, and I've told that to everybody and anybody that would listen. But I would like to at least have the other side think I'm somewhat neutral as to them so that we can maybe get a deal done.
There is no peace deal possible with the Palestinians at this moment. There just isn't.
I don't believe there is any long-term permanent peace solution, and I think pursuing that's the wrong thing to do.
Trump also had to defend his recent comments that he thinks Islam hates America.
Did you mean all 1.6 billion Muslims?
I mean a lot of them. I mean a lot of them.
I know that a lot of people find appeal in the things Donald says because he says what people wish they could say. The problem is presidents can't just say anything they want. It has consequences here and around the world.
I don't want to be so politically correct. I like to solve problems.
The question of a contested convention also came up in case no one secures enough delegates to win the nomination outright.
You have to earn the delegates in order to be picked, but let's not get ahead of ourselves.
First of all, I think I'm going to have the delegates, okay? I think. Let's see what happens.
Cruz tried to use the moment to tout his success against Trump.
We have at this point beaten Donald in 8 separate states all over the country.
But I beat him in 13 contests. He never mentions that.
What Cruz does mention is his belief that Trump's voters are not very well informed. Those remarks to CBN News led to major headlines across the country.
Listen, Donald does well with voters who have relatively low information, who are not that engaged and who are angry, and they see him as an angry voice.
After the debate, Trump pushed back.
My voters are very, very high-end and smart, and we really cover every spectrum.
The question going forward is, will there be a home field advantage when voters go to the polls next Tuesday? In other words, will Marco Rubio win here in Florida, and will John Kasich win in Ohio? If both lose and Trump wins, well, then Ted Cruz will finally get that one-on-one matchup he's been wanting for some time. But will it be too late? David Brody, CBN News, on South Beach in Miami, Florida.